Hi guys, Rennie here. This is the Look 765 Gravel RS and it has just landed today in the workshop. It's a test bike and if all goes well regarding the weather, it's going to be the first proper gravel bike that I will ride and test. It comes with the highest spec for this year. For the next series models, I think they're going to be AXS equipped bikes. This one has SRAM Force 1, which is not the newest group set, particularly not when talking about gravel bikes, but it's the one that started it all, perhaps, and still really nicely performing, so it's equipped with that. Then we have some Mavic all-road tubeless wheels with nice and wide Hutchinson tires, set up tubeless. These, let me just check, are 38mm wide, so right in the middle of what you would like from a gravel bike. Not a monster cross bike, not a cyclocross bike. It sits exactly where a gravel bike normally does. The frame, quite intricate shaping, Mavic speed releases front and rear, also various areas with integration, so the front end, the stem, the spacers all use an integrated design, but you can use any handlebar you want. Seat post standard 27.2. Then the bottom bracket I really like because it's BB386 compatible with everything out there. Then we have some kinked seat stays for extra comfort. Speed release also on the rear. Flat mount disc brakes, of course, pretty much standard stuff. Also an option to mount a front mech if you so wish, and as you can see, a ton of bottle cage mounts all around, so pretty versatile bike, although the geometry, as you can see, is pretty racy, pretty low front end, and quite a lot of drop if you were to slam it, which I think I'm going to. Of course, for training I just need to put my power meter cranks on there, which are going to fit just fine because they're also GXP, and then we can have a go on this one. I have to admit, this paint job doesn't look particularly stunning on the pictures, but here in the flash looks quite nice, kind of a military green, a matte finish with orange highlights, so not too shouty, but also not completely subdued or murdered out. So again, a bit of a in-between bike. Ample tire clearance for a 38 front and rear. Also the signature dropped chainstay that's present on most gravel bikes nowadays, and a particularly chunky bottom bracket area as well. So I'm looking forward to testing this bike, mainly because I've been riding kind of a gravel mixed terrain style of rides recently on my cross bike, but there the limiting factor is the tire width. On my Boon I have 33s, and if you pump them up in a way that you're safe over the gnarly stuff, then they're quite harsh everywhere else, which is a bit of a trade-off, although on the road it rolls pretty well in my setup. So these 38s should, or at least they look like they could remedy that by the extra volume, and by the looks of it, a lot of extra volume, because yeah, they're pretty chunky indeed. So that will be a definite improvement. Theoretically, we'll see how it performs in real life and how fast does it go, how does it handle in the descents, etc. Then on top of that is another new thing that I'm going to test out. This is the brand new saddle from Shikon. Normally you know them from producing bike packs and bike cases for traveling. This is their first foray into the saddle market, and it's a high-end model with carbon shell and rails, as you can see here. It's a modern short nose saddle design, and they have a special high density padding in there with a controlled amount of compression, as you can see here, plus various grip and flex zones in there, so should be really damn comfortable. So we're going to test it out as well. Okay, these are the details of the new bike just in. If you want to see how it performs later on, then stay tuned for the channel. It's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.